Please welcome Suzanne Brown-McBride, Council of State Government's Justice Center, and Lee Seale, Chief Probation Officer, County of Sacramento.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. Well, wow. On behalf of the Council of State Governments, I'd like to say thank you so much for the time and attention that you've given us over the last couple days for the work on behalf of individuals with mental illness who are in our criminal justice system. As a kid who was born in LA and who spent a lot of my youth in the San Gabriel Valley, I already knew that California was pretty fantastic. But it wasn't until I had an opportunity to serve as the director of the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault that I really got to see what California is made of in terms of addressing complicated social issues, looking at places where there are fights over resources, contentiousness over outcomes, a lot of public opinion that was informed by things that were sometimes true and sometimes not. But I learned some qualities about California that I think that you have demonstrated here in abundance and that I want to thank you for. First of all, California is amazing because you deal with issues of scarcity and you deal with issues of scarcity at scale. That for every place that is rural and isolated, there are places that are urban and crowded. That there are challenges that people face in terms of trying to get resources to stretch for people across miles and across jurisdictions. And all of you showed up today with those recognitions of how challenging it is in your own jurisdiction, but with an enormous amount of generosity for those of your colleagues who are in other jurisdictions and for those who work in disciplines across the state. You also get it, you also build on the strengths and diversity of this amazing state. You have talent, you have resources that are in people and in the consumers that you serve, in the disciplines that do this work, in those elected officials that are continuing to hold stead. And I think your continued willingness to go back to the table, to think about it and to think about it is an amazing, amazing thing in California that I've seen before and I was pleased to see over the last couple days. But I think also that the other thing that California is aware of is that if it's going to get done first, it gets done here. That this is a state that has never been scared of being a trailblazer. This is a state that's always kind of had to do it on its own. A lot of us here from the West Coast sort of feel isolated from a lot of the other things that are going on in the country. And for those of us who have the privilege of watching at the national level, we look to a lot of you, even in the times of scarcity and even in the times of challenge, to guide us as we try to navigate some of the biggest challenges of our work. And so I thank you so much for continuing to do that and continuing to inspire us. But I also wanted to make sure that you heard from a good friend and colleague of mine, Lee Seale, the Chief Probation Officer in Sacramento, who I had a chance to work with when he was at CDCR, and we now look to Sacramento as the home team for this event, and to hear a little bit about if there's any wisdom or guidance that you have for us as everyone goes back to their counties and as we go and get ready to adjourn this event. So Lee, can I turn it over to you?
My pleasure. Thank you, Suzanne. And I really, on behalf of Sacramento, I want to thank you all for the last 2 days that you've spent in this region. I hope it's been productive. I know that it's not too early to already call this event a tremendous success. And then on behalf of all of us, I want to thank you and in particular the Council of State Governments Justice Center. I have to call out Deanna Adams. I saw her in the corner earlier. Yeah. Your incredible work with the Stepping Up Initiative and this conference in particular, we already see, again, it's been commented, the energy, the enthusiasm, the attendance, the interest level, the engagement. We all want to do this work. Many of you are doing it already quite well. But I think I speak for all of us when I say that we all want to do it better, and that's why we're here. And thanks to the Council of State Governments Justice Center, we all come away today better equipped to do this work. So thank you.
And I also have a final round of thank yous. Again, thank you to all of you who participated, and thank you to the 1,000 or so folks that were watching us on live stream, which all of you who have watched live streams and engaged with that, that takes a good amount of focus. I think it is also something that's amazing about California is, despite the fact that this is an enormous state in a very busy time of the year with a lot going on, you still managed to trend 17th on Twitter for this event nationally, which is pretty impressive considering all that's going on with the inauguration and all these other things. So, California's a media place, and you managed to really make a mark on this. I want to also say thank you to our state partners who we could not ask for a better set of associations and partners to step up. You saw their leadership earlier today, but they were just invaluable to us as we were trying to work out this event, and I can't say enough about them. Also for our national funders, our national partners, and the associations that were working with us, thank you for that. I want to say thank you to our team on CSG's policy team, to Hallie and Deanna, who were doing our California work for us, to Alba Sarah, who was our event coordinator, who got us all here and fed and moved around and doing all of those things. I also want to thank our policy team and our communications team. And I also want to thank our AV crew, especially our announcer, Jason, who is so famous. Jason, if you want to wave, everyone's wanted to know if you in fact exist. So with that, do good work, do it first, do it on behalf of the people that you met today and everyone that you meet every day in your work. I am honored to have met many of you and to have continued friendships with a lot of you, and we'll be continuing to watch and work with you over time. So safe travels, and thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone for attending the California Stepping Up Summit. Please continue to follow the initiative on social media and check in on our website, stepuptogether.org.